G'day, welcome back to Chatswood Garage. Last week I've been doing a bit of work on the dash. Given up on that for a bit because the next step is the dusty sanding that I don't want to do. But I'm hanging out to get this thing driving properly. So it's jacked up, it's in the sky again now, and I'm going to get underneath it and pull the pan off the transmission, drain out all the fluid, put in a new filter, and then flush through the torque converter. I have never in my entire life of working on cars opened up a transmission, so I'm getting into uncharted territory here, but we'll give it a crack and see what happens. Alright, there's a lot of bolts on this thing. Alright, so this is our oil pan. Look at the condition of things here. There's nothing too sparkly, but it does have quite a little sludgy layer on the bottom, which I'm picking as friction material from the clutch plates in the automatic transmission. Hopefully they're not stuffed, but we'll find out. What I'm aiming to do here at the moment is just to give it all a clean and a flush and new fluid and see if that gets it shifting properly so that it'll get moving. Here I've got my new transmission oil filter. Comes with a gasket for the filter, and in the box is a gasket for the pan as well. So I'm just going to get it back under there and whip off the old one. Looks like the right shape. Handful of 5/16 head bolts and 1 3/8 by looks. I'll rip into that. Okay, so last night I got the drain pan off and the oil drained out, and was a bit worried about all of the sludgy rubbish on the bottom of there, but the hive mind consensus is that I shouldn't be too concerned about that, and I should just give it a bit of a clean, lick the stamp and send it, and see what happens. So I'm going to do that now. It's really only a gauze, and comparing it with the old one, it's probably didn't really need changing, but I suspect I could have got away with just cleaning. But who cares, it was like $10. On it goes, new one. Where do I put the gasket? Seem to have misplaced 2 bolts. Bet they're in there. Yep, there they are. And the oil. Time to go fishing. one missing bolt. Magnet confirms some of it's metallic. Okay, so I've got the sample buttoned up again. Next thing I want to do is empty my drain pan into some milk bottles so that I can get an idea of how much fluid I took out, so that I know how much more I need to put back in. Straightforward enough. Fluid in equals fluid out. Simple auto dynamics. Fluid out equals fluid on the floor. Normally. Definitely a significant amount of debris in here. But nothing that screams out to me that the transmission's hosed. So we will continue to hope for the best. 2.5 litres. So most of a new bottle initially. Actually all of a new bottle initially, because the rest of it, there must be another. The internet tells me that for a full fluid change, transmission and torque converter is going to be about 12 litres. So I've got 2.5 litres out of here so far, which means there's 8.5 odd litres still in the torque converter. Wow. Autos are mind-boggling. So I've got to pull a line off the front, chuck 3 odd litres in there, and then start the thing up and watch some oil come out, and then keep putting more in until hopefully it remains with 12 litres of nice fresh clean Dexron 3. Car's up very high now. Oh, I might need a step. Great success. Suitable for pre-2006 GM and Ford vehicles. This definitely is pre-2006. That's about the prescribed 2.5 litres. Probably a bit tricky to see, but we're reaching peak level bodge here. So one of the hard lines to the transmission cooler had a hole in it up under here, and to bodgy fix that for the time being, I put in some rubber hose and hose clamps, which gives me a convenient place to tap into for draining out the torque converter. And I want it to go nicely into my bucket without making a mess. So bodging on top of bodge, I've got some skinny tyre tube that I've put on here with zip ties leading down into my bucket. So hopefully all the fluid will go in there and not on the floor and all over the wall. Something I may have forgotten to mention is that I've finally got the windscreen installed, which meant that I was actually able to take it outside and clean it for the first time ever. And it's come up looking so much better. I really want to spend some time giving it a polish now, but that's going to have to wait because I just want to get it running first. Okay, in what way is this going to be a disaster? I've put the pan back on the bottom of the trans, I've put some fluid in it. I'll grab the dipstick off the top of there. My funnel is set up ready to keep topping it up. I've got my hoses running into a bucket. I guess I had better turn it on and see what happens. I'm kind of terrified about this one. I'd really love to have someone else watching, but this is what it is. Where's my heat torch? So the method I'm going to take here, I think, because the car's on a lean, so the dipstick's going to be kind of useless, is that I'm going to keep an eye on how much is going into the bucket, and I'm going to try and keep up with that pouring in the top. So much nicer starting it with the windscreen in. It doesn't blow all the dirt into your eyes. Come on. Come on, Beth, we need an idle. Not sure how big that bucket is. Probably got 3 litres in it, plus the 2.5, that's 5.5 odd. Let's feed it some more. Alright, we're up to having fed it. Well, those are 5 litre containers. Whoops. Done some incorrect maths there. What am I up to then? 4 litre containers. And I'll put in 3.5, 7.5 litres. Here I've got about 5 plus the 2.5. That's about right. Oil's still slowly cruising out of there. Two litres left, we've got to put 10 litres through it. About 8 litres there. Probably half a litre short in the car at the moment. Feed it 1 more litre and then we'll stop. Bucket filling up under here. Getting pretty close to full, I'd say that's got a good 9 litres in it, plus the 2.5 we took out. About 11.5 litres. I'll shut her down in a moment. One thing I am noticing is that the fluid's kind of coming through. Nothing, 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 and then a big blah, 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 blah. It does make me wonder if there's something up with the oil pump and the trans. Alright, let's call that done. That's a lot of transmission fluid. Do not want to spill that. Okay, so I think that was somewhat successful. I didn't make a big mess. We've got about the same literage in as literage out. So now I've just got to wait until tomorrow and I'll put it back down on the ground, put it in drive and see if it moves. A little bit suspicious that it still may not. I find it a bit weird. When the fluid was pumping out, it wasn't pumping out consistently. It'd sort of be nothing for a while and then you'd get a big surge of stuff come through, which kind of aligns with how the transmission's been running, where you put it into gear and you get nothing for a while and then a big lump where it goes forward, which makes me think that maybe there's an oil pump or something in there that's stuffed, which wouldn't be good. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Tomorrow. Back on the ground tomorrow. That's enough for tonight. Alright, we're on to night 3 of transmission servicing. Time to put it back down on the ground and see if it goes. Oh, I'm nervous because I don't think it's gonna. I'm maybe 10% believing that it's gonna work. 90% thinking that it's actually stuffed. Well, not stuffed, but needing something rebuilt, like an oil pump or something. I'm very suspicious that it's an oil pump. Showing good. Well, so far it's no better than it was before. We've potentially got even less drive. There we go, we're off. And we are stalled. Alright, so a bit weird. Still not shifting very nice. Kind of getting better as I drove it up and down the road a little bit. Now that I've just given a little bit of a top up, not the power steering, I can hear the transmission whining. I don't know if it's a good thing, but I'll see if I can bring you for a ride. Okay, so it knocks in park. It actually shifted straight into reverse then, which is not bad. So we can get out of here without hitting the Mustang. Jesus, this is a big car. Glad it's got power steering. Oh, running on the road. Ooh, it's actually shifting into gear. That's new. Oh, we've got power steering whining going on now. Oh, and we're back to doing weird stuff. Come on, fourth gear. That's getting better and better all the time, actually. Brakes and shit. Straight into gear. Off we go like a real one. Well, that's pretty cool. Still not brave enough to go down the hill at the end of the street. Oh, and the brakes suck. Got my seatbelts in here at the moment, do I? What's actually? That's going alright. Now we have somewhat functional brakes. And it's slipping again. Why does it slip sometimes? Not others. Reverse, neutral, drive. Alright, we're going down the hill. Well, we got second gear then. God, I hope I can get back up there. Right, and still feel indicator's broken. And we lost our drive. Come on. And we got it back. We get drive and then it goes away. Come on, internet, help me fix this thing. There we are, it's back again, and we're off. Once it's hooked up, it's good. It's like it's not holding line pressure properly. Skinny little street, this one. This humongous car. And we've lost drive again. The brakes, God, those are useless. get back up the hill. Not. Oh, here we are. We're in gear. We're off. Well, I'm pretty chuffed about that. I've just managed to drive it around the block. I still don't know whether this transmission's stuffed or not, but it managed to get me around the block, so that means, I don't know what that means, but I'm pretty happy about that. I can drive in places now. Maybe, kinda, with some challenges. Whether or not that trans will get better with more use, or worse, we'll find out together.